Big Al coming to you from the Rhino's Den, and this part of our workout I call the secret weapon. Now again, as I stressed in the beginning of our equipment, you do not have to have this in your workout daily, but I really suggest it. Now, what is Myofacial rolling? This is going to loosen up your body like never before. You have tight spots in your hamstrings, in your hip flexors, in your lower back. Well, this is what we call a poor man's massage. And when a deep tissue massage is caused, this is basically just like digging the thumbs into your body, but now you're doing it with a roll. Now, if you can really think about why you're so tight, it's a lot of it has to do with sitting in your cars, sitting in desk if you're in school or going through that, sitting at home, sitting at your chairs, sitting around a table all the time. And what it does is it locks in these psoas muscles way up here, and basically we call them the hip flexors. So we make it very easy for you to understand so you can go through this. But there's a sequence of exercises that I will do for you that will loosen up your lower back. Because if you really think about it here, when we're sitting here, you notice why we're pinching. A lot of times they'll say, take this roller, and I've seen it many, many times, and take it and go into your lower back first. And unfortunately, that doesn't hit the problems that we have. We have to loosen up in sequence, one after another. That'll loosen up that lower back, and I'm going to show you exactly how we do that. Now, this is originated by advanced athletes, okay? They use this to maximize their speed training and stuff. And when I learned about this years ago is I knew that the person who was doing it was bringing it to his clients and helping with their back issues, and that really set off a really good thing for me. So I said that's something I wanted because occasionally my back hurts. So the first things I'm going to do is, I told you about the couple different types of rolls, whether it be this one or the more advanced one. You want to be very careful with the roll you get. I'm going to take the intermediate. I brought an extra one in today is because this is the one I use. This one here is still a nice sturdy one. I really don't even suggest this for a beginner. I suggest you getting a little softer roll because the bottom line is, don't get a hard roll that you're never going to use. If it hurts you, you're going to talk yourself out of ever doing it. So that's the way that we want to do it. Now, each of the rollouts I'm going to cut in half today just for video purposes. But I really want you to concentrate and play this video a couple times over and over and over again for yourself, because it's about the quality of your techniques that you do that'll get you the results you deserve. Okay, so with that, I'm going to take it right down. The first move you're going to go is right after that butt. So I'm going to take it right down to my butt muscles. Okay, I want to roll. I want to get on my butt muscle. And if my wrists hurt me, you see how I just went on this step, going back and forth? It takes all pressure away from my wrists. I learned about that for the wrists because I had really bad wrists. Okay, my wrists always hurt. So I'm just going to do 5 today on the piriformis muscles, rolling the butt muscles, and then I'm going to take it right over to my weak side of my flexors. Now, years ago, I tore this hamstring, or this hip flexor muscle so bad, groin muscle they call it, and it really, to this day, sometimes flares up. I'm going to start though, I want to hit those adductor muscles to really loosen these legs up a little bit better. So I'm just going 5. Now you're going to see me just roll in 6 inches, okay? Now within here, this is tender. If you haven't really stretched these muscles on those inner thighs, it's a wonderful thing. It will really take you and loosen up those legs, but they're going to be fragile because scar tissue buildup inside those is something that really hurts. After you get doing it for a while, you'll be used to it. You'll be able to do it very easy after that without too much grimace on your face. Now, what I do on the other side, you notice I get up on this because I really want to get some weight on that and really get to hit the inner thigh the way it needs to be hit. And again, we're going to go with 10 reps on each, but right now I'm just showing you a little way to do it the right way, and you're going to add those 10 reps. Okay, you can see me work right up that inner thigh muscle, right to the hip flexor. The reason I like doing that is it really starts and loosens up that back too, working those adductor muscles. Okay, now I hit them. Now we're ready to go to that lower back. Okay, within that lower back, you're going to see me do this. I like to go right up on my butt. Okay, I'm going to roll that butt muscle. I'm going to get it back into place here. Okay, now I'm going to go right down to the lumbar spine area. I want to make sure I'm lined up, and I want to make sure, okay, if I got to go to my elbows, I'm okay. All right, when you get a little bit better, you're just going to come right here. Now this is where it opens up. You're going to see a stiffness in your back. Sometimes your problem, you can come back here and do that to take it away. But here I'm going to spend a little bit more time touching on the lower lumbar area of that spine. It's so important. Okay, then I'll go right to my thoracic spot. And then hit right into the upper back. Okay, now over the course of years, and what an orthopedic surgeon once told me is, pretty much everybody under the sun has multiple micro tears in their rotators. So what I do is, I have added in a sequence because I had shoulder issues. I had more than micro tears, I had major tears in mine. And that's what really created the Rhinometrics system. Okay, being a power lifter, I had to really adjust. So getting it rolling in that back of the shoulder really makes a difference of loosening it up. All right, now I go to my other side. Always go to your weak side first. Okay, you're going to see that in our exercises that we perform. Everything, we want to roll that around it. 4 and 5. Now if my shoulder hurts on that, then I'm going to pinpoint that area that it hurts, and just like a deep tissue massage, you're going to put your weight on there and really let it do its magic. Okay? Now we're going to take this back, and we're going to go back now. We just hit our lower back, we hit into our shoulders. We're going to take it a little bit back further so we can really hit into those hamstrings and calves, because that's what happens with your wrists. When you're up on this bench here, or any kind of stool that you have that's short, okay, you're going to see all the pressure taken off. You notice how I work the hamstrings. I put the toes in, the toes up, the toes out, the toes up, the toes out, the toes up, the toes in, the toes in, the toes up, the toes out. I constantly do that for 10 reps, but now I'm just doing it for 5. Okay? Right from there is I'm going to move it right down and do the exact thing on the calf muscles. Okay? Again, people reaching so far out here, it makes it very difficult, but here's something I can share with you. You have to do every muscle group equally. If you leave them out, you'll be bitten. And what I mean by that is, one day you're going to be jumping or running or doing something, and it's gonna just pop. Okay? Even that calf muscle, and calves are not forgiving. Anybody who's hurt their calves know that it's something that you really want to loosen up accordingly. You also want to take great shape. Okay? Now that's one thing about it with the myofascial rolling and with stretching. Stretching is shaping and recovery. Okay? Shaping your body, so that when you're doing deep tissue massage, now we're going to take it to the quads in the front, and you're just going to roll it back and forth the same way with your feet. See how I'm just out, front, in, in, front, out, out, front, in, front, out. One more time, front and in. So I'm just doing half of them right now for the video, and I want you guys really to concentrate on getting the whole range of motion for 10 reps. Okay? Now I'm going to hit those IT bands, which are so important and such a problem, and they're going to complete the whole package. Okay? When we hit this, we want our bodies lined up the entire way. We take the front foot over. You see how I got lined up? Now, if you come up on here like this, your body's going to follow suit. You have to really take and shape yourself. Take it straight down, make sure that ankle, I always like to take my ankle and everything straight up and down. And then you're gonna hit it on them thigh muscles. Ladies, them outer thighs are really gonna take some nice shape when you go in. Deep tissue massage is the name of the game for reduction. So we wanna make sure we do that on the other side too. And there you have your rollout. Now, one thing that you really want to get in your mind is the quality of what you do daily, okay? This rollout sequence, without me talking and everything, it's going to take you about 7 minutes. Now, when you do all that beforehand, if you have that time before your warm-ups, I really suggest really doing it. You will make a big difference in your life. Your lower back, your hamstrings, your shoulders, everything is really going to start breaking up, and you're going to be a new person. With that being said, I hope you all have just awesome workouts each and every time you do that. Really remember one thing is you're worth putting in the time. So God guide your ways. We'll see you tomorrow.